if any young person is not taking good use of internet and the gadget he or she has, trust me, the person is should I call it retrogression, is pushing himself backward, because the next set of billionaires, I can assure you, is not coming from oil. Probably we may have it from agriculture, but one thing I can guarantee a lot of young people, the next set of billionaires will come from tech. Hi, my name is Ayoata. I'm a network engineer, and I'll be walking you through the basic knowledge in tech. So let's get started. A lot of great icons has passed through, the sign of time. People like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and I want to tell young people that you can be the next Steve Jobs, not really in Silicon Valley, but in Nigeria. This is the era of tech, and knowledge has never been this available. Let me amaze you that for a lot of people that see going to tech like rocket science, it's all about knowledge and information. And the area of tech, we have so many areas of tech, from blockchain, cybersecurity, computer networking, and so more. App development, web development, and so many more. You can actually go into this thing within the space of nine months, and there are diverse ways to make good amount of money legit without embarking in so many illicit stuffs. I could explain tech to a layman in this way. Maybe let me use mirror. Before, we have these people that take keg of water with just with stick hanging on their shoulders, suffering. But then tech to them could mean using your wheelbarrow, pushing your water. It is tech. That is tech. Making life easy is tech. Okay, before now, for instance, talking about tech, before now we have lantern. You use kerosene, you burn, you convert energy from one form to the other. Of course, they have side effects. They affect, of course, they emit the poisonous gas, they affect the eyes, but yet you still get light. To them, that was the best way we have. But as tech kept evolving, we then have your normal lights, your incandescent lights, your fluorescent lamps. That is tech. That's just something that makes life easy for you is tech. So it must not be rocket science. All right, tech will be something very, very as easy as putting your water in your cup and drinking. It could be tech. How to go into tech? Well, you can go into tech from the different entry points. Maybe from your course of study in the university. Maybe you study computer science, engineering. But let me shock you. All of these are becoming obsolete. From a little room, you can actually hit all around the world with just your data and your network device, your phone. Not really a very expensive phone. Now there's so many learning platforms. You have your Coursera, you have your Udemy, and so many more. You can get some financial aid just with some little token. You can pay for some courses, and with that could be the start to start your career in tech. On a personal note, most of the knowledge I know, or most of the things I know today, or most of the things I do today were self-taught. From 2019 to this very moment, I've been able to absorb a lot of materials, both online, offline, and so many more, and with some mentorship sections. So as a network engineer, I can amaze you that 6 years ago I was clueless, but the thing is, I knew what I wanted to. I knew where I wanted to be, and what I did was, I carved a niche for myself. I told myself, okay, this is where I want to be, and I started first of all my industrial training. I looked for a tech company. They're into electronic security. I spent about 9 months with the company. I learned some basic networking. Now, because of my hard work, immediately I graduated, I was invited back to the company to continue my internship. I spent an extra, I think, a year and about a few months, but less than 2 years before venturing into entrepreneurship, to start my own. And in that process, of course, I know you can't go into tech by just absorbing information from one single source. as much as possible, I try to be diverse. I downloaded, thank God for the internet. I was able to get a lot of free materials online, take some courses on Coursera and the rest. And then that started my journey in tech. Today, I can say with all alacrity, at least I'm a network engineer and also I'm a cybersecurity professional. And how did I do all of this? Like I said initially, they were as a result of focus, discipline, and self-taught. I taught myself. I can confidently say I taught myself 70% of what I know today, confidently.
Oh, have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? For every subscription, we will be giving a token of 50 naira to orphanage homes.
When I finished my secondary school, I always wanted to become an electrical engineer. And then, of course, I got admission to the university, spent 5 years in university, and then just a year or 2 years before I left the university, I started having some spark for networking, computer networking. I made sure my industrial training, my IT, was on ICT. And in that network engineering, I found serious fulfillment doing what I do. Not necessarily because of the money, but because of the passion. I'm passionate about, solving problems, entrepreneurship. I love, seeing a lot of young people around me. So that's how my journey started. Now, fast forward to 2 years ago, I noticed one trend. The trend is simple. You see a lot of devices are going online, from your AC to your phones to your television to your microwave to your washing machines, a lot of things. Then something struck me also. Yahoo became at its peak. It came at its peak because of what? A lot of systems are finding their way to the internet. Now, what then happened? I knew there's going to be a problem, despite the fact that tech is a blessing. Of course, if it's not well managed, it will in turn become a serious harm to humanity. One good thing I did was foresight. I had foresight. Right? I told myself, okay, how do we protect all these systems that are going online? As all systems are going online, of course, they will have a lot of vulnerabilities. And the answer to that was cybersecurity. Securing the cyberspace, because we have a lot of systems going online, but then they are not secure. Then I say, okay, now this is my next quest. I've had knowledge, or I've built myself in computer networking. The next thing is cybersecurity. You can see the trend from studying electrical engineering to going to network computer networking to cybersecurity. Now, to me, it's destiny, and so that very moment I said, okay, well, maybe I could not afford it. Going to the best of schools, Oxford, Cambridge, and what have you. I told myself, okay, now and what about me is I hate mediocrity. I don't want to be mediocre in whatever I want to do. I started my quest again for knowledge, self-taught. Immediately, I took some online courses on Coursera. I took my Cisco very serious. I started studying very hard for my CCNA. I was studying. I was taking some introduction to cybersecurity, some courses. Funny enough, they're free courses. They're actually paid courses, but I applied for financial aid. That's how my career started in cybersecurity. And then I was studying my network because, of course, for you to do very well in cybersecurity, of course, you need some basic knowledge maybe in computer networking, in programming, blending, networking and network security has become very, very interesting. In cybersecurity, talking about cybersecurity, we have so many aspects of cybersecurity. We have cryptography, we have network security, we have incident response, we have so many in cybersecurity. And of course, one new trend now we have is AI, artificial intelligence. And if any young person is not taking, good use of internet and the gadget he or she has, trust me, the person is should I call it retrogression? He's pushing himself backward, because the next set of billionaires will not come from. I can assure you, it's not coming from the from oil. Probably we may have it from agriculture, but one thing I can guarantee a lot of young people, the next set of billionaires will come from tech. So right now, instead of wasting so much time on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, I'm not saying they're not good. Of course, they are good, but with moderation. But taking good use of your time, your data, your gadgets, to absorb good knowledge that will propel you, that will fetch you good money. You can go into cybersecurity, go into artificial intelligence, you can go into machine learning, you can go into data science, you can go into just app development. There's so many things. You don't need to invent the next rocket science like Elon Musk before you make it in life. You don't need to invent on that new set of Apple like Steve Jobs before you make it in life. You don't need to develop on that Microsoft a software before you make it like Bill Gates. You don't need to invent Facebook or WhatsApp like Mark Zuckerberg before you make it. You can, from your comfort zone, from your house, from your very small remote village, make impact, touch the world. That is what the benefit of internet, which we have very available today. As rewarding as tech could be, and as it is, financial rewards in tech, making a fortune from tech. I also want to crave your indulgence that you must be willing to pay the price. First of all, you must be very patient. You must have, so many, permit to use this word, so many fruits of the spirit, patience. You must be very patient. Also, going to tech, I think you should seek for guardians, more of mentorship. You should know why you want to go into tech. And one of the reasons why you should go into tech, you should not be looking for money. Rather, I encourage a lot of people. In fact, I love it when I see a lot of young people going to tech because they are passionate about it. When you are passionate about something, at the end of the day, something else becomes a reward. Money now becomes a reward. And you know that going to tech is not a tea-party affair. You may end up spending hours. In a week, you can only spend about 60 hours, coding, reading, researching. So that is how stressful tech could be. So if you're the type that, you spend a lot of hours, you don't know, you usually get distracted with some reels online, some Facebook videos and comedy skits. You have to know, you should be willing to, sacrifice or take away your attention from those things to, putting your energy, focusing your energy and your attention on researching, on sitting down and paying your dues. So tech could be rewarding, but as well, you must be willing to pay the price. You must be willing to sit down, put your heads together, put your attention together, and pay the price. You must be willing to invest. The little money you have is all maybe going, chilling out. Chilling out is very good, but you should at least have good savings to, get some courses, get some materials, get some books, maybe on Amazon, pay, sometimes, of course, you may get maybe 90% of what you want online, but trust me, the remaining 20% are sometimes more crucial than the 80%. That brings me down to a rule I know called the 80-20% rule. So sometimes those little 20% we tend to neglect. We have 80% of the impact, you understand, we don't even expect. So meaning anything you are doing, don't forget to invest in those little things. In as much as you want to get a lot of materials from free courses, don't forget some very important things, like gold. Gold go through a lot of processes before you get, what you have, the brilliant gold you have. They go through a lot of heat, fire, through the furnace before you get the brilliant gold. So all I'm saying in a nutshell is you should be willing to, put in your time, your energy, your resources, all right, to get what you want. And remember, making good impact in the world is not about making money, making all the billions, but touching lives. How will what you are doing affect a lot of people? You don't even know. So I don't really see it as more of as a charity. You want to touch lives that don't even know you. All right, just like the saying, the tree maybe you're plugging your mango tree for was planted by somebody who may never even benefit from it today. So going to tech, you see life from different perspective. Like I want to, touch the world. A lot of people who have made great inventions, like if you read the story of Steve Jobs, of his friend was all right. They didn't go. They didn't just the idea for Apple didn't just drop like that. It started from a lot of little things, from software, from making some gadgets you can make free calls. Before the ideas actually gravitated into what they now have today. Apple that affected a lot of lives. So most times I want to encourage I will want to encourage a lot of young people to just put money aside. All right, even though yes, money is going to come at the end of the day, but then that should not be your focus. Your focus should be what? Excellence. You want to touch the world. You want to make impact. You want your impact should be on the sign of time, even when you are long gone from the earth. So that should be the focus. But then I know, of course, if you pay your dues well, money will definitely come, and to come, bigger than you even expect. We have come to the end of this section. I hope you're enjoying the content so far. Do well to subscribe to this channel. See you in my next video, where I'll be sharing some ideas on how to start your career in tech. For instance, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine learning, so many more. Bye bye.